everyone, welcome back to Star Player 1. I'm Knight, and we are playing Leviathan, the last day of the decade. Now I realized in the last recording, the sound may have been turned up a little loud, with the music and all. It was only that one scene when I was talking to, with Darina to Queen Sarah, but I turned it down so it should be fine now. Let's see if we can find our... Kale! Kale's here! Kale, you called me this morning, but I was asleep and I didn't hear the phone. I'm out of money for now, but I'll get you out. Listen, I'll get you out. Kale looks past Oliver. Kale, say something. What for? Your words have no meaning. I realize that everything's become clear. Do whatever you want. You are wrong. I'm doing everything I can. Quit insulting me. Kale's face changes dramatically. Are you an idiot or something? Do you really not get it? Kale? Kale, what do you mean by crying? Kale? Oh, Oliver, let's think of an awesome plan. I just thought of one. Darina, well, we'll make Kale confess to a crime that he didn't do. That's how it was, right? Stop talking to me like that and listen. I will not tolerate. Of course not. Tolerate anything is just not your style. You've got your softy friend for that. Quite at last. Finally, you got nothing to say. I remember you always had something to say before. Proper words for every situation. You know what? Honey and words are not what makes a friendship real. You're just fooling me and yourself. I believed every word you said. Stop, Kale. Quit with your nonsense. We are friends. You still keep fooling yourself. No, Oliver. We aren't friends. We never were. Because you don't even know what it means to be a real friend. It's really easy to be friends and do nothing in exchange for that friendship, right? I am sorry. That's it. Not again, Oliver. Not this crap again. I am fed up with your stories. This is what our friendship really is. You hurting me and it being okay as long as we're sorry at the right times. We were always skipping school together because you were bored. Teachers often called father in the evenings. He was usually dead drunk by that time, and he beat me so badly that I couldn't stand up. He always said said the same darn thing. I'm sorry, I never expected it to end like this. But you know how everything ended. I failed my exams and was expelled from school. The trustees told me that I didn't deserve a second chance because of all my skipped lectures. The only choice available to me was to join the bureau, to be like my dad. You idiotic sorry was the only thing I had. Story of your mother's ring and the bureau documents with your name written everywhere. My whole life has been an endless cycle of mistakes that I never learned from. It was just like when we were kids. I was everything for you. I screwed up and my life was ruined. And now you show up here and you promised me again to fix everything. You mumbled you're darn sorry. Leave, die, and die. Die and rot. Never bother me again. Easy there, Kale. We're friends. I'm gonna claw off your face and rip out of your skull. He cries. His eyes empty and hopeless. I imagine your head cracking and breaking apart, and then that damn tree from my dreams grows up through it. The tree from my dreams? So Kale has also seen it. There's this continuous dream I have every night. I'm lying under the grass with a huge tree roots coming through my chest. And I know that this tree is you. You and the demon inside your soul. I looked at you from the very beginning. I don't know why I never noticed it before. The dream is so vivid and clear. I think I'm starting to believe it's real. Kale suddenly cries. And then even Edna, your damn Edna, she hates me. It's silly, isn't it? You made her your demon, but I'm the one to blame. Blame me, everyone. Blame me for everything because it's all my fault, even though it's your mistake. Even though it's your mistake wrecking things. Do you know what happened? Julia demanded that the bureau have a trial as soon as possible, but tribunal took the place today. I called you. I wanted you to be there for me. To save me from this place. I wanted you to do something, anything. I wanted you to be a real friend for once. One who shares the burden of all my mistakes we made together. But you were just sleeping in your home like a child. My guilt proved your innocence, even though there was no need for it. That scum matrix freed you from the prison yesterday. Everyone in the bureau is talking about this, but you don't care because you were cleared innocent. Listen everyone, Oliver Bertrand is innocent. It's me, I'm the one who's guilty. I'm the one who will be hanging soon. Today, everything will be over. Kale, no. Kale cries. Your mother was strange but cute and kindly. When I met you the first time, you were a lot like her. Thought the only way to deal with the murder was to punish him because that was the only way that had no trade-offs. You agreed, but you did everything your own way. And you know what, Oliver? Bringing justice is not the same as walking over everyone, and not the same as paying every price. Justice is not about playing judge and deciding which clues are real and which are fake. You wanted to make him pay through the legal system, but now you're bribing inquirers and escaping justice in a cowardly way by using me as an scapegoat. You are not the nice and honest boy I used to know. That boy is gone forever. You are not like Sherry Bertrand anymore. Years have turned you into a disgusting fiend like Christian Orwood, and that's the truth, Oliver. Kale! Yes, this makes you angry, but you have nothing to say about it. You will never punish him because you don't want to. Soon you'll treat him as your last hope. Soon you'll grab his hand, crying in sorrow and regret while trying to save him. Soon you'll be drinking blood like all the Orwoods do because you are an Orwood. Kale, stop it. I'll never be like that. I'm never going to drink people's blood, and I'm not an... You are. Kale, please. How about a no from me for the first time in your life? Damn you, Oliver. Damn you and the day we met. I can't stand it anymore. Farewell. Oliver recoils from the cell. You're still here. I can hear you. I want you to see me being executed. I want you to see this. See this. This is what we had. I want you to remember to stay for the rest of your life. Well, that could end it positively. Christian. Christian's face looks unusually pale. His countenance is extremely sad and crushed. Christian, do you hear me? Christian shudders when he notices Oliver. Eyes down, my boy. Oh, eyes down. My boy? I'm ashamed that you see me like this. Even more so because I'm here. In prison, how unfortunate. What happened? How did it happen, Christian? I was at the bank preparing some documents for the manufacturer when that girl came. Julia? Julia Rader. That was the name she introduced herself with. She just walked into my office and began her accusations. The guards that were there with her immediately tied my arms back. I never expected that the evidence you gathered would be useful. Otherwise, you would have hidden the newspaper. Otherwise, you would have hidden the old newspaper clipping from me. Bursts his lips. Julia had all of it when she arrested you, and then she came for me. Of course, now she knows everything. Those kids, your mother, and Bertram. Bertram? Jake said slowly. He was the first and biggest mistake. The first of many, for sure. What exactly are you talking about? I want you to know that everything I did for a reason. What if I told you that I'd still stand behind that reason? Every day I see how being true to my convictions justified all sacrifices. Everything started with my awful family. Brand, my oldest brother, was a powerful, hungry sadist. My mother was a selfish and foolish woman. My father was a cruel yet clever man, addicted to money and whores. And then we have me, the killer. Closes his eyes. I don't understand, Christian. It's easy, my boy. All I ever wanted was to raise the perfect heir, my son. A boy? An adopted boy with pure non-Orwood blood? Bertram seemed to be good enough, but I was naive thinking that an adult boy could be changed. We were almost peers, and of course you didn't want to obey me. It was wrong that I tried to ride. It was wrong I tried to ride. You call this right? You're making it sound like you've been chastising him by depriving him of books and pocket money. You hanged him. You poisoned him and hanged him. Why didn't you just leave him alone? Every mistake hurts so much. I always wanted to forget my failures and erase them from my life, from my past. I can't say that I'm satisfied with the answer. Regardless, that is the truth of the matter. And so, because I failed with Bertram, I kept searching over and over. A few months later, I abducted Ronnie Winsmith from the pastry shop he'd gone to in order to buy some sweets. While he looked cute, he was corrupted as well. That boy was nothing but a spoiled, unintelligent, and rotten little bastard. Oliver's guardian remained silent for a while. Then Terrence, Paul, and Bradley. There was another boy whose name I've forgotten. They all disappointed me. I killed them. I know that it's repugnant, but I did. That pain and disillusionment I suffered. My desire to raise a perfect child had been almost ruined. You can never imagine how deeply I felt it. No one can. However, it was not in vain. I only realized the true meaning of all these unfortunate attempts when I met you. You were different. More than special. I've been learning about you slowly, carefully. I frequently ask myself, is that little boy really good, or am I seeing what I want to see? I wasn't mistaken. The years I spent with you were the best moments of my life. No matter how soon I'll die, I'll keep those memories until my last breath. Those are more than memories. It is a story that we made together, and we're making greater with each step. Finally, you've grown up, and your deeds speak louder than words. You become a true aristocrat, a man who's worthy of his noble blood. Now the world opens up in front of you, and I know you are the one who can change it. I wish I could see how you are ascended to the top ranks to break the necks of those noble-born bastards at the council hall. But I'm going nowhere. I'm gonna stay here and pay for my sins. Clues you found unleash powers I cannot control. But I don't blame you. The truth was supposed to be uncovered. But this is honesty. I taught you to be honest. Remember when we were coming back home after the archives? I called your investigation the most grandiose finale of the aristocratic story? Yeah. I was wrong, my boy. This is the finale. This is it. And everything will be over here. Aw, man. Maybe Christian's right, and this is the end. Everything is starting to make sense in an unfortunate tale. Now I know how it all started. Before, I thought everything began with my mother's murder and my adoption. But now I know that it started much earlier, with Christian's plan to raise the perfect child. In 1507, he associated with Bertram Landmaster and became his mentor. His obvious took its heart, realizing that it was all flaws were just part of who Bertram was. Christian killed Bertram in 1572 after the young man disappointed him. I think his death was necessary for Christian to move forward, continue towards his goal of raising the perfect child. He believed so strongly in his objective that he felt the sacrifices were a means to an end. His renewed convictions only drove Christian to find another child. That year, he kidnapped little Ronald Winsmut from a candy shop. However, Ronnie didn't meet his expectations, so he killed him too. He stood horrified by his own actions and tried to forget the hellish nightmare he'd caused. Anyone would have stopped, but this was Christian, and he couldn't stop. Thus was Paul Kraftberg, Terrence Odo, Bradley from an unnamed family, and another boy whose name he couldn't even remember. I was the last one. Christian did his best to make me a person worthy of his noble blood. He took care of me. He brought me up. He gave me a home, a family. He was a real father, the father I dreamed of. Still, I was blind. I realized this, but it's too late. Until now, I behaved like a naive and selfish child who treated him like a monster. I saw a murderer, a maniac, and a beast, a demon to defeat and put behind bars until the end of time. I could never see what was the most important, the 10 years that he lived for me. How could I be so blind to his devotion? Is there anything that compares? I am sorry, Christian. So sorry for this. I'm not sure if I'll ever be worthy of your forgiveness. I wish I could stop this from happening. Christian, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Please forgive me. Yeah, I like him. And he did kill 6 people because they weren't perfect. Silence, my boy. I don't want you to cry. Those tears make you look weak. I will never allow them to execute you, Christian. We got money. Let's pay Matrius and no trial will ever take place. Christian smiles sadly. There would be no trial anyway. The assassin should have come from earlier in the day. The role of the shadow will soon be found out. This is something that Dwarfwoods can never allow. No, it's very likely that they were planning an attempt on my life this morning, but Julie's appearance complicated the matters. I'm quite certain that once night falls, they will come for me. Oliver, my boy, my source of overwhelming pride, my amazing son, I fear for you. You don't know what these people are, but I do. Savages, cannibals, covered in gold. That's the reality of the Orvid clan. What if they harm you? He turns pale. They can and they will never spare you. Oliver, listen, Oliver. Say nothing, ask nothing, just do what I tell you. Christian, take my hand, quickly, take it. Bite it, drink the blood. What? Christian, I can't. Drink, don't make me ask twice. But this, Oliver, my boy, we are running out of time. Think whatever you want, but do what I ask. I want to protect you. Oliver, drink my blood, drink it. Ew, we had no choice, I must protect you. I wonder if it's a morality choice. What would you guys do? Would you go and drink the blood? We'll gain the power of the shadow. Personally, I think I would. But that's just me. Drink. Oliver bites Christian's hands while looking into his eyes. The power within. The power within. Oliver. Oliver. Episode 4 complete! One more episode left. Episode 5, the last day of the decade. We got a shadow friend now, I think. Along with a demon friend. Isn't this a fun game? Hey, where are you? What? Ah! My eyes! Hey, what should I do? Step. Oliver takes a step forward. His footsteps echo in silent darkness. The floor. There's a stone floor. Am I still in the bureau? Yes, it seems like that. It'd be weird to find myself somewhere else. Why is it so dark? What should I do? Feelings. Oliver stops and tries to analyze his feelings. It's as if I'm surrounded by something thick. I can't touch it, but for some reason I can feel it. Something keeps touching my face, and it feels like I'm in the middle of a slow sandstorm. Darkness gradually fades away. Among those cobwebs, dust, and fog, I can see the outlines of a dimly lit prison corridor. Remind me of the day when I decided to summon and tame Etna. My room looked like an abandoned slaughterhouse with blood-stained walls bathed in crimson sunset glow. Yeah. A stray ghost lying near the walls, trying to move with little to no success. Oliver leans closer to look at his face. I shouldn't have done that. Pale ghosts with their sunken cheeks and eyes are rocking in the clanking chains. Why do I know them? It's like I'm suddenly able to remember every face I've seen in my life, even the ones I only saw once. Oliver raises his head to see where the chains go. There's a dusty winch with pieces of screw straps and rusted hooks under the ceiling. A lot of dark, barely visible faces resembling hornets nest from the ceiling. Their empty gazes are fixed on Oliver. Patches of green fog hang in the air. The floor behind the iron borders are filled with sinister, throbbing clouds that ooze into the cells and run down the stairs. Oliver steps closer to the door to examine the fog when suddenly it shrinks and falls back like a wave. Oliver steps back and the fog returns. If it were alive, I'd say it's afraid of me. Well, maybe it is alive. Streaks of red light come from the barred windows. I can't see anything, it's too bright. But it's blood. Light turns into blood. Oliver touches the bloodstain on the door. The faintly glowed bloodstain starts fading and evaporating into smoke rings. The ghost abruptly raises its head. Its expression flickers through the shades of different twisted emotions. And there are flashes, and Oliver realizes that the whole wide chin and grubby, grinning mouth looks familiar. The ghost nears, and Oliver sees Mitchell's pale face. The ghost lowers his head helplessly. Are we in the demon realm, I wonder? Oh. The passage leading to the cellar seems to be to beckon him inside. Oliver approaches the stone arch and notices a thin, soft, yellow leaf. It feels like a cold and smooth, like a small ribbed coin. We must talk as soon as possible. Tree. We must meet in our dream. Oliver decides to step back. I need to see you, says the tree. But we only can meet in your dreams. Okay, let's go. An inkly blue figure appears out of the clouds. Smoke and fog. He used to be freezing, or not. The shadow approaches Oliver. As soon as the sphere touches him, he pulls his hand away. You are alive. Alright. That rules out the possibility of your death. How did you learn to do it? To do what? Never mind. If you don't understand, what am I talking about? How can you explain to me where it comes from? Shadow examines Oliver. Someone's protecting you, but maybe it's just you. Suddenly the shadow vanishes and appears between Oliver and the tunnel entrance, blocking it. It must be someone really strong. Something strong. I have no idea. A lot of people in this world are like let me rephrase that. All the people in this world are like these souls. Nods at the chain ghost. They are bound by invisible chains. You never know what chain's gonna clink when you pull your end. Something has happened to me. How did I end up here? It seems like I pulled your chain. One of the Vertran's ancestors pulled it from their grave. So you don't know what's happening here. You want me to tell you the story? Alright, last thing you remember is probably Christian hands reaching through the bars. He tried to save you by giving me to you. At least, that's the way he presented it. What do you mean, presented? I mean, you can't make any conclusions without knowing all the possible reasons. You may think he acted this way because he is your loving stepfather, but there's probably still some room for cold calculations on his part. I am what connects him with all these murders. It's all over if he gets rid of me. The judge won't find the main clue. Oh, so he's saving himself. Because by getting, kind of like the demon, how they couldn't prove that Edna, we had a demon with us because it was for Christian. Vice versa, if we take his shadow, and they analyze them, they'll be like, well, this guy doesn't have a shadow, so he can't do these murders. And they're not, the Orvos aren't involved with shadow magic. Or perhaps the assassin sent by Orvor won't see the shadow. In that case, Christian won't be able to prove the innocence of the whole family. These clever tricks acquire a special meaning the moment the hope appears. When your adopted son manages to get to prison and swears to save you, Christian forgets one thing. You can't simply break a magic bond. Now he's in a coma. No plan's perfect. Can't believe Christian treated me like that. What if there's no plan? If there was one, you think this man is incapable of trickery? This man secretly tamed your demon to watch you. This man came up with the idea of raising a perfect heir. Don't forget that every single coin in the city passes through his hands. This man knows plenty of people who can fudge the results of any trial for money. Think about it, Oliver. You are blinded by the urge to save him. But now it's time for a reality check. Oliver. Oliver, wake up. Ah! Oh, Leviathan, my head. Ah, where are you, Oliver? Let your conscience go, young veteran. We will meet again in a dream or in a slumber. Let your conscience go. Find a way. Tree's golden crown, bowed down by the weights of its sleeve, flashes before Oliver's eye. What poison did you use? Sorry, that was the Shadow's voice. What? Without waiting for an answer, Julia hits Oliver in the face so fiercely that he passes out for a moment. The poison! What did you poison him with? Think fast. What was it? How much? What the hell are you talking about? Julia sighs, rolling her eyes. Oliver? A blade? Was it a blade? Answer me! Ah, just tell me what it was. If it's poison, what kind? It's the witchcraft, leans menacingly over to Oliver. Don't you have any idea what I'm going to do with you? He was fine during the last checkup round. I didn't touch him. Article 199, false testimony is... Julia, stop, let me explain. Be my guest, but no lying. One mistake and I'm locking you up for a trend. Oh my goodness. We are going to have to end it there. What will I say? We'll have to wait till the next episode to find out. If you like what you're seeing, like, comment, subscribe down below. As always, I'll see you guys on the next Star Player 1 video. Bye!